Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of Nerds with Badges. I am taking a break from my weekend binging of Cobra Kai on Netflix. I was watching this new movie that just came out with Anthony Mackie called Elevation. It's a really interesting monster flick. I have a slight headache, but you know, it's nothing like a really nice arrival in the mail of something wonderful that you've been wanting for a while to just kind of like chase away the blues of having a slight headache. So I got something I've been planning on getting for a while, and there was we had the holiday just recently, and there's been a lot of sales. Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up. So this particular device was so cheap. I really didn't know how long the sale would last, so I said, I need to go ahead and just take advantage of this opportunity. I'm a sucker for sales. I kind of am. Anyway, that's out of the way. Make sure that I turn this right so you can get a good view of my newest gadget. This is the MSI Claw. I have a really warm spot in my heart for MSI because they are my first gaming laptop, actually my only gaming laptop. I've had my gaming laptop, my MSI laptop, for probably about 4 years now, maybe longer than that, maybe 5 years. Hard to believe. When I got it, I was already maybe 2 generations behind, so I didn't know anything about gaming PCs, but it was a big deal for me. It was my first gaming PC and my first official introduction into the PC gaming realm. A lot of people like to say the master race, but I'm not really comfortable saying that for obvious reasons. So my laptop, it can't do ray tracing, and there's some other features. It's behind a little bit, and it's Intel based as well. And a lot of things are being done with AMD, but Intel is making some doing some pretty cool stuff with their technology and improving. So it was really nice having my own gaming laptop, because for the longest I always wanted to get into gaming on laptops, and I'm a console gamer. I've been a console gamer for like forever, but seeing all the really nice graphics and all the cool features, and I didn't know at the time was that you don't get charged to play games online also, like you do with Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. They all charge you to play games online for multiplayer features. There's some games, I guess, like Fortnite, I think Warzone. There's some games that are free to play, but like if you want to go online and play, regular Call of Duty, a lot of the games you have to pay online for access. And I think for Xbox it's $60, and they have a really weird way of, it's like a way of tricking you. I don't know how else to put it, but like I know that if you pay monthly, it's like cheaper to just go and get the cards as opposed to just going and paying monthly. This is really weird. They don't really advertise that. I don't think, maybe people just don't know, but like I know you can buy cards and they'll give you like a year's for like $60, but if you pay monthly digitally, then it's like $9 or something like that, $9.99. So that's, so I have to go to GameStop and make sure that I don't even know when my membership renews itself, but I gotta make sure I go and do that. I do have some. I think I have some free memberships, some free months stacked up from purchases. Because when you get a new laptop, they might give you some free months or something of subscription. I think with this, I think I get a few months as well. PlayStation is like the same. I think PlayStation is pretty much the same. I think if you go and you just get the card, it's just $60. Actually, you know what? I think PlayStation is just. I don't think they do the same thing that Microsoft does, and Nintendo is just $20 a year. I was going to say something else about Microsoft. Oh yeah, Microsoft was actually going to raise the price like double, and this happened a few years ago, and the backlash was just so crazy. They basically not. I think it wasn't even a day later. They reversed their decision because so many people were like, yeah, I don't know, man. I still think it's crazy that they charge us to play online. It's one of the reasons why I'm starting to kind of move away from console gaming, but that's a whole nother conversation. So anyway, getting back to the event at hand. So this MSI is the same as having a gaming laptop or PC. So now, like the Nintendo Switch, you get a handheld console experience, but you might not get the same level of power. And not in all cases, because a lot of these are becoming more and more powerful. And this is Intel based, it's not AMD, and I think that the battery was one of the issues that people have problems with, the battery life, and I think just the operating system. Now this thing came out maybe a year ago, and they made a lot of improvements, just like the Steam Deck and the Asus ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go. When these machines came out, they were all busted, and it took some time, and they're all like just about perfect now. Now I know there's a new MSI claw coming out pretty soon, maybe like within a matter of weeks. That's probably why this has been discounted so heavily. It's kind of weird. You buy a device and then 6 months later there's a new model out, but I guess that's how technology is. Maybe we have Apple to thank for that. I think people have gotten used to just having to upgrade stuff. They kind of force you to do that by not supporting some of the apps. But that's something else for another conversation, I guess. So I want to do an unboxing. I tried to do an unboxing for my Lenovo Legion Go when I got it, and the damn my Chromebook ran out of juice. Just like suddenly, I had no idea the battery was like so low, and it didn't record anything. So, so I wasn't happy about that. But my battery is pretty full. I think it's like at 80% right now. So they really make these boxes kind of hard to open. I tell you, probably should have got some scissors. Jesus Christ! Super strength activate. Okay. Well, I think I've almost got it. Oh my God. Well, I don't really keep my boxes, so it's a nice box. Yeah, I guess they have machines do these things, man, because this is like really, Okay, so the first thing in here is, first thing I see, oh, wait a minute. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so this is the easiest thing to come out. This is the brick. It's got a nice little MSI logo on it, which is pretty cool. As you can see, the lighting here isn't that great, but okay, I just got it. So that's cool. That make it impossible for me to get it mixed up with my other chargers and heavy duty things. So it's got one of these heavy duty cords, something else to weigh down my backpack when I travel. My MSI brick for my laptop, that thing weighs about 50 pounds, and it's actually a replacement too, because somebody stole my other one. I actually left it at work. Somebody just took it. I'm having trouble getting the actual device out. There goes the plastic. Jesus, they really did a good job of packaging this. Man. Okay, what is the issue? And if I ever make my own video game system, I will definitely make sure that I don't make it hard. It's like punishing people. Make it really hard to get stuff out of these boxes. There's something else in here. Okay, this is a little booklet they give you here. This is basic stuff. Power on and all this stuff. I probably won't even bother reading any of this stuff. But it's nice to have. I mean, it's nice paper. But like I said, I probably would never read it. Usually I don't. If I get stuck, I have some trouble, trying to figure out something. I might, they put everything online now. It's like a waste of paper. Speaking of paper, this box is pretty much done. But it's real easy to tear, thankfully. Jesus. I see why I was having such a hard time. These papers in here. All this stuff is just, it's like a trick box or puzzle or something. Alright, and here we got quick guide stuff. There's just not a lot of paper in here. And that's out of the way. Now, for the main event, make sure that I'm not missing anything else. It's a really nice box. I just destroyed it. I don't keep my boxes, honestly. I really don't. It's very rare that whatever happens, it's just more junk. So here we have the actual device. And here we go. We have the front here. We got, I think these are Hall controllers. They're supposed to be like, magnetic, so you don't get drift. That's what they say, because the mechanisms, they don't grind against each other like I guess like the regular controllers do. It's just like a magnet, and the thing just kind of goes over it. It's neat technology, because I have had so many controllers over the years drift, so I'm glad that they have a cure for that. This looks a lot like a Asus ROG Ally. It really does. It feels a little heavier. I don't know. A lot of ventilation here in the back. And we got these two little buttons here. And micro SD slot is, I guess it's not, I don't know, it's kind of close to the exhaust, just like the Asus ROG Ally, but I guess they did a better job with the fans, because I haven't heard of anything with the SD slots on these things. On the Asus ROG Ally, they just destroy them. It's really a defect. They put the micro SD slot right where the exhaust is on a machine, and it just fries micro SD cards. my micro SD card reader and my Asus ROG Ally doesn't even work. And it was such a big deal. A lot of people were returning them, and I heard Asus wasn't exactly the easiest to deal with in regards to that. They just kind of quietly not talked about it, I guess. I don't know. They did come out with a new model relatively quick. So there are three Asus ROG Ally models out now. There's a regular Asus ROG Ally, there's the Asus ROG Ally Extreme model, and then they have the Asus ROG Ally X that just came out. The Asus ROG Ally X has, I think it's 24 gigs of RAM, whereas the other two models just have 16. But the Extreme and the X are more capable of running higher end games. The regular one, which is the one that I got, is more for probably better for like maybe like indie games or like the 2D scrollers, games that don't really require a lot, maybe older games. So I really wanted something to keep at work with me that could perform better than my Asus ROG Ally. Has trouble playing certain games. Like I can't play like Wukong, Black Myth. That game I cannot. That does not run on my Asus ROG Ally. It runs like molasses swimming, and he's running in slow motion. Now this is even though it's Intel, which is, I guess, is more difficult to work with. It doesn't have as good a rep as AMD. It's still more powerful. This is actually an Extreme, because I think there are three models of this as well. So I guess I have to go online and get everything set up. I cannot remember my password for my MSI account, but I guess I'm gonna have to connect all this stuff, and then I guess it would download all the drivers that I need. So this should be able to run most, pretty much anything in my library. I think one of the cool things about PC gaming is that you can tweak the settings in a lot of these devices. You can go into settings and change things around, lower this power, to get more power here, turn the graphics down to get smoother performance. And also like the big brothers, these handheld PCs, they call them handheld PC consoles. You can open them up and even like add more storage and probably more RAM. I guess I'm still like a Padawan when it comes to like PC gaming, but I mean I'm learning more and becoming more appreciative of the freedoms, quality of life, things that you get from it. I mean, I actually feel like I'm getting to the point where I may just, I want to say I might be giving up on console gaming, but I think Nintendo, I may stick with Nintendo as long as they keep doing the physical media, because I know seems like there's a big push with Microsoft and Sony to just kind of get away from physical media. And I like having my own. I like having, owning physical media. It's just more advantageous for consumers. I just feel like the companies have too much control over the stuff that we watch and we consume. And if you buy something digitally, it can disappear from the market. Even if you bought it, you really only have the license. And if you really take the time to read all that stuff at the beginning of the games, you consent, you accept. Most people don't read it because sometimes it's like 20-30 pages of stuff. You just want to play your damn game. But I'm telling you, man, I've lost games before. I've had games disappear from my library. I've had TV shows and things that I've bought disappear because these companies license this stuff, and then sometimes things happen behind the scenes. They might lose the license to music, and they have to change the music in Grand Theft Auto. They take the music out. Sonic 3, Michael Jackson, they took the music out that Michael Jackson did. So sometimes gaming companies go out of business. Sometimes, Microsoft or Sony might not have the license for these games anymore. So, a lot of times, now which sometimes they kind of make you buy these games over again, which is something that Nintendo was famous for doing a lot. But like why can't my old games run on this? I mean, you hear all the explanations with architecture, blah blah blah, but I don't believe all that. They just have a tendency to make you buy certain games over again. But then some games that you might have bought on your Xbox 360 won't run on the Xbox One, and they won't run on the Xbox Series. So you gotta pull out your old systems to play those games. Or they could easily just port the older games, but they'll just make a new version and just maybe tweak it a little bit and call it remastered. Sometimes the differences are very, they're, so I don't know. I just think it's important to keep the physical media, and the new PlayStation 5 Pro that just came out doesn't even have a disc player in it. You have to buy the actual disc player separately for like 70-80 bucks. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like when they get rid of physical games, man, it's going to be an issue with me. I'm really trying to put in the effort here to just finish the games that I already have, to be honest, because I have my backlog is just like ridiculous. So yeah, but this will be primarily for work, and I'll be able to like run all the games I have in my library without, like I said, this my Asus ROG Ally that I have has a lot of trouble with certain games, and this is actually more capable in some regards. Now I heard that there's some issues with some of the drivers, but this thing has been out now for like a year. I think it's been a year, so they've made a lot of like improvements. So everything should be smoother once I turn it on, get my account set up and log in, and it's got a lot of ventilation, as you can see. There's a lot of ventilation. I heard that the speakers are pretty good. The Lenovo Legion Go, I remember hearing how bad the speakers were, and man, they were not. Those are the worst speakers. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. That's my only gripe with the Lenovo Legion Go. And one thing I'm worried about is the battery life, because I don't want to be on the plane and I play like 45 minutes and then the damn thing is dead. So I've seen some battery packs on sale for Black Friday, and it probably will be on sale for Cyber Monday as well. So the one, I think it's Anchor. It's like regularly it's like 50 bucks, but it's on sale for like $40. So that's a 65 watt. I do have a battery, an external battery I bought for the Steam Deck, but it's only 60 watts, and it doesn't really do a good job of powering up these devices. I think they use, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 65 watts. So no, when I plug in the Asus ROG Ally, it doesn't go into turbo mode like it does when I plug it into the socket with that the battery. So I don't think the battery gives enough juice. You could probably charge it if you turn the device off, but if you're playing, you're not really going to get a boost in performance. And the Steam Deck doesn't, interestingly enough, doesn't boost performance when you plug it in. I think the Switch actually does boost performance when you plug it in. But yeah, the Steam Deck is an amazing device, man. I mean, I gotta give them props. And they really kickstarted the whole handheld revolution, because now Sony is working on a handheld, Xbox is working on a handheld, and I mean, I just saw something the other day of a new machine that's coming out, and the Switch is going to be out next year, the Switch 2, and there's already a new MSI claw coming out. There's another one coming out called the Zotac, I think, by this is a new company. I know Lenovo Legion Go is making a smaller version of their console, which is, I don't know, this kind of defeats the whole point. I mean, one of the good things about the Lenovo Legion Go is this big screen. The controllers being detachable like Switch. I mean, I could, take that or leave it. Sometimes I have trouble getting it. One of the controllers, the one on, I guess it would be the left side, and the right side, I guess, will be your left side, but they slide up, and that's how you attach them. And I heard the Switch is just going to be like magnets, but it's just tricky to slide the right one in. And also, there's an issue with the micro SD slot, with a card. For one thing, I noticed the card wasn't reading because it wasn't all the way in. I was having a hard time getting the press in to go down. The issue with the Asus ROG Ally micro SD slot, it would just fry the cards. I guess it would fry them. But my micro SD card slot on my Asus ROG Ally doesn't even work. So I haven't heard any bad things, any issues, any technical issues with this thing. My only concern is the battery life. So I'm going to hurry and get me a battery pack. And that'll probably be like my last video game purchase for the rest of the year. I'm glad I don't have to pay for Indiana Jones when it comes out. Some other games coming out that are going to be available on Game Pass. Like Stalker 2 was a pleasant surprise. I did not know that Stalker 2 was going to be exclusive. I thought I was going to have to pay for that, but then I saw it was included with Game Pass. And it's cool that it's the first year that I didn't have to buy Call of Duty. That was really nice. So let me see. I think this has a fingerprint reader. Doesn't have a camera. I think the Zotac is the only one of these machines that has a camera. The only gaming PC that has a camera. I don't think it has any juice. I have to plug it in. Wow, it's completely... Oops, I almost dropped it. No juice at all. No juice. Thought there would be some juice. Let me see what this thing does. And I gotta take some... I think I need to take some Tylenol. This is really the season that a lot of us suffer because of allergies, and I think my life can go back to normal probably sometime in December. I think I stopped having allergy issues, but man, I have to take one little white pill. And sometimes I have to take 2 of them. Otherwise, it's just like sneezing, nose blowing hell. It's terrible. Because I never had allergies until about maybe, I think about 8 years ago. I just started having allergies. I never had them before. And it just one day I just woke up and it was like, what the hell is going on? I can't stop sneezing. My nose is running everywhere. And it's just madness. I need one of the special prongs. It's got the 3 prong. I hate that because not all plugs have that. Ugh. Oh. That's plugged in. And okay. Alrighty. Some juice. I think that there are, there's only one one USB. The Legion Go has 2. There's one on the bottom and one on the top. Okay, so we got some power. We got a little lighters on here. And okay, got a little symbol coming up there. Guess I gotta log in and set everything up. So I will probably come back later and do another video on all that. And I'm really surprised that it doesn't have any juice. I thought there would be some juice in there. And this thing came pretty quickly in the mail. I love the RGB lights. Nothing on the back. Comes on just like my Windows PCs. Windows is pretty cool for video games. You just have more. I mean, you literally can play any game on a Windows device. The Steam Deck.
To set up your device using a screen reader, turn on Narrator by pressing Windows plus Control plus Enter. For more accessibility features, press Windows plus U, or select the accessibility icon in the bottom corner.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, yeah, the buttons light up too, which I wasn't expecting that. I think I saw something about that, but that's nice. You can turn these down, you can turn the brightness down. What did I do? What did I just do? You can turn the brightness down though, because it actually saves battery life when you do. What did I do? Oh my god. I don't know what happened, but I think the screen I was supposed to like log in and stuff, but this is really not working too good. It just got, everything is small, so I'm gonna have to like spend some time setting this up. And so at the end, this is my new baby, my new electronic baby, and it's gonna be my last PC device for a while. I'm just gonna be saving up going forward. I want to get me another more powerful gaming laptop, so that's my next thing. That's gonna take a while. That might take another 6 months at least, because the gaming laptop I want a top of the line Alienware that can literally run anything I throw at it. And so I've learned a lot about computers. I can open it up and upgrade it when that happens. You know, when I need to do that. Unlike the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 or the Switch, you know, you have it for maybe 8 years if you're lucky, and then it's just got to buy another one because they don't support it anymore. The cool thing about PCs is you just upgrade it, you know, with more storage and RAM and all that. You just have such a big advantage over console gaming. The console is just convenient, but you know, it's more expensive in the long run being a console gamer than a PC. You can buy it. You can put a really nice PC together that can run anything and not even spend half of what you would on an Xbox or PlayStation. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here for now. That's my video for my MSI Claw. I'm just going to be probably spending the next few hours working on this and finishing this movie I've been watching, Elevation, and then I'll go back to binge watching the Cobra Kai and some other stuff. I'm trying to like finish my vacation. I gave myself 2 days extra vacation, so I promised myself I was going to do some cleaning up and binge some of my favorite shows, and work on some creative stuff as well. Some things I want to talk about. I don't know if I mentioned it. Well, I did. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but for all the new people watching, I'm also a writer, and I have a couple of comic book projects, a couple of comic books done. Like three comics done. Yeah, 3 comics. I have a cartoon in production, and film project, and my Nerds with Badges podcast. But yeah, I really got to get on the ball with my film project, because I have to start doing a Kickstarter campaign to raise money for that, because of the budget. The budget for doing anything dealing with like special effects, it's not like just doing a regular film. I mean, it just takes a lot, and it can take a lot of time too, as I'm finding out animation and video game production can take a long time, even if you do have money. But yeah, this is gonna be my project for the rest of the weekend, and I got to figure out what I did to get the setup screen. Just kind of disappeared. I think I somehow made it small. I don't know how I did that. Just love puzzles. Being sarcastic. But that's it for now. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend, and I will be back when I figure this thing out.